Check out carmarshal.com. The link is in the description. They help support us.
Here's the sheriffs dropping off a crazy homeless guy in San Pedro.
Take pictures.
And just letting him go.
Dumped or dropped off. An LA City Councilman wants answers after LA County deputies released a man on a city street. CBS 2's Lisa Siegel is live in San Pedro with more on what the Sheriff's Department told us. Lisa?
Well, it's not just the councilman who wants answers, so do some residents right here in San Pedro.
Here's the sheriffs dropping off a crazy homeless guy in San Pedro.
It's the video that has sparked outrage and a call for action.
Hey, thanks for dropping him off.
It shows a disheveled homeless man being dropped off in San Pedro by LA County Sheriff's deputies and left on his own. Later in the video, you see one car turn around and head back towards the peninsula.
Yeah, he looks safe.
At the very next street.
Georgia Cordero, who's lived in San Pedro for 40 years, saw the man not long after this video was shot and was concerned.
And he was walking and making noises and kind of flailing his arms.
Later, he was seen laying on the sidewalk. The incident happened near 25th and Mermaid Street, not far from the border of Rancho Palos Verdes. That area is patrolled by sheriffs, but where the man was dropped off is LAPD territory. LA City Councilman Joe Buscaino is calling for a formal investigation.
I was just appalled, like the many residents in the San Pedro were appalled as well, and they have called on me to take some action.
But sheriffs say this is not a case of dumping. They say they picked up the man identified as Sean Bryan after concerned residents in Rancho Palos Verdes called them. They say Bryan asked to be driven to Pasadena, but that wasn't something they could do. They did offer to take him to a bus stop because they said he had a bus pass. After that, sheriffs say Bryan was picked up by LA City Fire. They released him as well. Later, he was arrested by LAPD for an outstanding warrant. They add, our deputies performed an act of compassionate service to the best of their abilities. Still, some of the residents in this area that we talked with, especially some that saw the video, say they don't believe this man should have been dropped off alone at all. Back to you guys.
Video shows cops dumping severely distrubed mentally ill man on the side of the road. Los Angeles Sheriff's deputies were seen dumping a mentally ill man on the side of the road who was in the midst of a severe mental breakdown. By Matt Agarist, February 4, 2018. Los Angeles CA Los Angeles Sheriff's deputies were caught on video dumping a mentally ill homeless man, who was in the midst of a crisis, on the side of the road. After being called out by local lawmakers, the Sheriff's Department is now claiming that this move was done out of compassion for the man seriously. Both residents and officials in the neighboring jurisdiction of San Pedro have long pointed out how Los Angeles deputies take problem citizens and dump them in their jurisdiction instead of using Los Angeles resources to deal with the issue. In this instance, the man being dumped on the side of the road was severely mentally ill and had an outstanding warrant for a transit system violation. As ABC7 reports. Advertisement. Rather than arresting the man, later identified as John Bryan, and getting him assistance from public services, the deputies were seen dropping him off in San Pedro, in the jurisdiction of the LAPD. The Sheriff's Department patrols nearby jurisdictions including communities like Rancho Palos Verdes where they originally made contact with Bryan. The Sheriff's Department is denying that it engaged in dumping. Instead, the department said, the deputies dropped off Bryan near a bus stop where he could use his MTA pass. They chose not to arrest him out of compassion and because of jail overcrowding, they said. City Councilman Joe Buscaino is outraged by the video. The deputies, he said, should have gotten the man some assistance. In the city of Los Angeles we've often been victim of patient dumping and we've had enough, Buscaino said. City officials have since called for an investigation into the incident after the video began circulating online. I am deeply concerned after seeing video of LA County Sheriff's deputies unloading a homeless individual with an outstanding arrest warrant, displaying characteristics of mental illness on San Pedro streets near the border with Rancho Palos Verdes. This happened on the same day that the LA County Board of Supervisors called for an updated definition to make it easier for first responders to place gravely disabled persons into care. Now is not the time to pawn off those with mental health issues onto adjacent jurisdictions, but rather, for all cities to step up to the plate and provide housing and services for the homeless immediately, Buscino wrote on Facebook. As the man filming, Mike Gualtieri, sees the cops unloading the mentally ill man, he calls them out as this is a familiar scene to him. Naturally, police are claiming that dumping Brian on the side of the road was for his own benefit. Is arrest the answer? Is involuntary detention an answer? In some cases, yes. In this case, the deputies made a determination that that wasn't the answer, said Captain Darren Harris with the Sheriff's Department. The deputies explained that they were going to bring the man to the bus stop but said they stopped short in an act of compassion on the side of the road because he wanted to go to the store. Exactly why they didn't just drop him at the store remains a mystery. The deputies determined they just wanted to help him. Out of an act of compassion and kindness, they were trying to help this individual rather than arrest him, Harris said. While not arresting Brian seems like a decent step, a video taken after he was dropped off, by another witness, proved just how incompetent this dumping was. In the second video, Brian is writhing in agony on the ground in a clearly delusional state, shirtless, shoeless, and helpless. But hey, at least he had help from the compassionate Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. Mr. Brian clearly needed help, Los Angeles County Supervisor Janice Hahn said. I question whether or not our sheriff's deputies could have done more to get him the help he needed before they left him and drove away. Public service indeed. Become a patron.
Here's the sheriffs dropping off a crazy homeless guy in San Pedro.
Take pictures.
And just letting him go. Hey, thanks for dropping him off. Thank you. We appreciate that. Got your car number. Yeah, he looks safe. Yeah. Nice. Look, this guy's not crazy or anything. Such fucking bullshit. What do you mean take pictures? It's all on video.
County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if some, if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave a, let's say, actually, yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But, do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, you know, if I got, you know, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. You know, 47,000 of you so far right now. You know, $1 a day. I mean, $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head, help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.